He asked me about Fijian culture and what he can anticipate. He asked me about tips on the bus. I told him it's brutal. Have a look at the scar. It's brutal on that field. Welcome to Fiji. Vinaka.
Be the best, you got to come to Fiji. Honestly, you can't call yourself the best if you haven't come here and played.
You want to experience a Fiji, a true Fiji experience. Come to Fiji, do your holiday, but make sure you spend a couple of days at Sigatoka Park watching these fellas running around. Fantastic.
It's going to be quite an experience. Amy told me we're going to see what it is, Fiji rugby.
Alawanga Park, Sigatoka, Western side always puts it on.
Whether you win or lose, every day's a school day when you play sevens on the Fijian pitches.
I'm lucky enough to go around the world and go on the World Sevens Series and go to amazing places. And this is up there. This is legitimate sevens tournament, and you can see, I think, the benefits of international teams coming here, such as we saw the New Zealand team, and the strength of Fijian rugby both men in the women's side of the draw. So it's a tough place to play. It's an even tougher place to win, but it's a beautiful place to be.
The people here, there is something very special, very kind all the time. Everyone saying hula every time. It's like kind of strange, but I like it. It makes the atmosphere very chill and pleasant.
I've heard so much about the Coral Coast Sevens. I've heard so much about the islands. So to finally get the opportunity and be able to come and watch in between the World Series has been a blessing. And yeah, I'm thoroughly excited by what we're going to see the next 2 days, but also overwhelmed really by the love and the enthusiasm, the energy that the Fijian people have for the game of sevens.
Starting rugby when I was 10 years old, I never thought I'd have this opportunity, and looking forward to having some cover, having a nice coffee, just enjoying the next few days. Bucket list place to be here. The history of playing against Fiji for a number of years, to now be here and be able to rub shoulders with some of the different players and different teams and the fans, it's awesome. So yeah, looking forward to it in a few days.
So one of the big components of the tournament is not just about what's happening on the field, it's also all the things that go around in the Coral Coast, in terms of tourism and accommodation, what's happening in town. The spin-off and the flow-on effects of the rugby is massive. We've had the Ambassador All-Stars go out on the Sigatoka River Safari on Monday to go up and visit a village to get a Fijian immersion, to understand the culture, understand the people. And that's what it's all about. It's like, come to the Coral Coast, stay in wonderful resorts, come down and see the sevens, and obviously have a few other activities mixed in there to make that whole Fijian experience.
It was one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had in my life. I was having a chat with Kyle, the other Kyle Brown, and he was saying it's an Olympic gold medalist here, and coming from such humble beginnings, and just one of the most humbling and most traditional, heartwarming experience I've ever had in my life.
My first time to the Dunes here at Sigatoka, and obviously seeing the Fijian teams of past run up here, and it's the gold medal winning path. Not only a physical thing, it's a spiritual and emotional thing, and I think that's the thing about these dunes, you can just feel it. There's something different about this place, and the history and the hard work that's been left here as a proving ground, not only for rugby, but I think life lessons that if you're ready to be able to sacrifice, have that strong mind, be able to come here and be a part of the whenua, as we say in New Zealand, the land, and have the feet underneath me and feel that mana.
This is a special place for all rugby sevens players. This is where we get, build your courage. The deans reminds you you have to push to do one extra. This place is very special for all of us. For me, very special.
Be interesting to see you after these few players have been up these sand dunes, what they feel like, what their legs feel like. But I can imagine be a gut buster, be tough, but at the same time it's something that mentally challenges you, but I'm sure you'd get a lot fitter. As Semi Kunatani said to me, your quads and that have a real workout, and they build in size and build in strength, and it can only be good for you.
Everyone who's familiar with Sigatoka and Nandronga, they know the history of the role that the Sigatoka sand dunes has played in the success of the provincial side. The secret has got out a little bit, in the national sevens and national 15s have used them, and because of the success that in particular the Rio Olympic Fiji seven side had, it's been an influx of visitors to come and see where they trained and how they trained. So even our ambassadors had a run up the dunes the other day. So they're very much well known in the rugby fraternity.
Looks like the villages are all empty. Men, women and children are all out here, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, especially with the FOC ticketing. Otherwise it would have been really hard at the moment with tough times. It's good to see that the kids are the ones making the most of it. A few years back, we only had the one stand full. Now you look at the ground, there's marquees everywhere. Jay and the crew have done a great job in putting this together, getting some good sponsorship in, and making it a destination sort of a tournament now. There's teams from Australia, New Zealand, Japan. They come every year. USA was last year, so amazing concept that they've started off with, and really good that they can keep it going.
Last year was my first year. When I was invited again, there was no way I was saying no to it, but coming here, it's delivered on every front. The excitement, the fans, the build-up. Honestly, I'm just so thrilled to be here.
I want to thank the sponsors too, because without them, this kind of tournament won't happen. And it's the only tournament in the world that you don't pay to go and watch, and it's the best sevens tournament, invitational, international, under the HSB 7 series.
Fiji doing something like this is magical, because it gives legends, the guys who gave everything for rugby, gave up family time, gave up their lives for us, to get a little bit joy. I think those guys deserve the recognition that they're getting in Fiji now, like the plaque that Sir Gordon Teach got yesterday. That's the kind of respect we need to give these guys. They gave all their lives for us just to have 14 minutes of enjoying the rugby game, or how many times it is. It's insane to see that Fiji is doing this and giving the recognition that they all deserve.
This type of tournament here in Fiji is fantastic. It's a great showcase for the sport. I mean, there's a lot of sevens tournaments, but there's a different flavour to this one. They do bring in the international teams, and I think that's only going to grow and grow. And for us, it's great. It's great competition. It's competition we need, actually, because often you get used to playing against the local teams, but it's the other teams, it's the non-local teams, it's the overseas teams that we need to be playing against to actually develop the way we play our game.
There's nothing like it, for Fiji or in a lot of parts of the world. People talk about Hong Kong Sevens, but I think this is where the talent is, this is where the action is, and this is where the team spirit and community come in. And Fiji being the rugby capital of the world, and Sigatoka putting out more cap players than anywhere else in the world per capita, justly so.
I've said it all week, that it's the hardest place to play yet the best place to learn. I think it's great experience, and you can't get any better than that.
Rugby is very important to a lot of us in Fiji as a sport. It's also a way of life, it's our culture, and it means a lot to the communities.
Korokos Sevens, it helps us Fijian boys, village boys, to show our hidden talents. Most of us only came back in the village. We don't have much of us, no educations, no good schools, no works, no jobs. Just stay back at home farming. So that's why we are looking for, because we never know. It's another door, new door for us will come. Yeah, we never know.
The sevens is probably the hardest that I've ever played in, but that's what we expected. And honestly, I think for all of us teams, international guys coming over and playing here, it's awesome to see how much sevens means to Fijians and Fijian people.
Get down here, unreal experience. Fijians, the friendliest people over, they'll make it such a great experience for you. So yeah, 100% make it a calendar stop. So yeah.
I just want to thank all the sponsors and the people who organise this event. Without those people, we wouldn't be able to come over here and have an awesome time, an awesome tournament. And thank you. Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much.
We're just blown away. Coming from New Zealand, I've never been to anything like this before in my life. Love my rugby. Been watched a lot of tournaments around the world, Twickenham and, you know, Edinburgh, everywhere, and never been to a tournament like this before. It's just absolutely fantastic. The level of play is just next level. I was just talking to someone before, I was just saying, you know, any one of these teams in the quarter-final, 8 teams, would give an international side a run for their money. I mean, that's how good these Fijian sides are, unbelievable. Sort of just to sum it up, I was talking to Fletcher the other day and, you know, just basically asked him a simple question, how things going? And he said, oh, Dad, I could live here. So, I think that sort of sums things up. Banaka.
If you are not here for 2025, you will miss out on something that is going to be bigger, better. Jay and the team are doing such a fantastic job. It's going to be absolutely epic. Mark my words, it's going to be epic.